at La La Java here in Northborough, and we're talking about home inspections with Lee Abdella, who's the Director of Operations for Walsh Home Inspections. We're excited to have Lee on the show. As we talk about home inspections, you see people that have bought homes before and so forth, they will come out and they will say, I had a bad home inspection.
Try being me. It's fun at a cocktail party. Yeah.
How can a home inspection see or know everything? Because you don't necessarily X-ray the walls, and what are the qualities of a good home inspection? So how do you when you're at that cocktail party, okay? When you're at the cocktail party and someone says, I gotta tell you the story about my home inspection.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I let them tell a story, and people have a range of experiences. Because you have a bad experience or what you felt was an inappropriate experience from one member of an industry doesn't really represent everybody in the industry. That's an unfair thing to say. When you say, okay, did you have a bad inspection? I often start by saying, well, what about it? Did you feel was didn't go well, or and when you ask those questions, you get a lot of different answers. The short answer is a home inspection is not going to tell you every single thing about a home. It's impossible because, as you mentioned, home inspectors don't have X-ray vision. They don't have a cape underneath, their Carhartt. They can only tell you about what is accessible and what's available on that day. What can they get at? What can they look at? And I think that a lot of people, particularly folks watching different TV programs and HGTV, people taking crowbars to rip open walls to find the truth, that there's a lot of misconceptions from people about the extent of what a home inspection can tell you.
Oh,
but we certainly can tell you a lot.
HGTV.
Yeah.
I don't know of a single show where they say we're going to wait and see what the home inspector has to say. How does that work?
If HGTV wants to call us, well, let us know. But it's important for the clients to understand that it's about what we can get at, and we can tell a lot about a house. And it's also up to a lot of clients to take the time to make it a priority to attend their inspection and listen to what the home inspector is telling them.
Yeah, I've had clients that say, can I just read the report? It's like, you're gonna spend a fair sum of money to have this thing done. You ought to be there and hear the inspector and hear what the issue is, because some inspectors may say it one way. You may say, you've got rot here. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's surface, and it's not going to go anywhere, and you treat it or whatever. Whereas other times, it's like, it's a big deal, and you need to know that.
Exactly. You're always going to get a better sense of what's going on with the house to hear it firsthand, in layman's terms. Look at it with your own eyes. Have a conversation with your home inspector. It's a two-way communication event. It's not just someone talking at you. It's a back and forth, and you may have follow-up questions, and that's a lot harder to do when you weren't there in person.
So how long does a typical home inspection go on a typical house? And I know that there are no typicals, but...
Sure. And companies can vary slightly from time, from place to place. But by and large, at least for us at Walsh Home Inspections, most inspections take about 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours.
What I find
major issues
is that the buyer will stay with the home inspector for like the first hour, and then it's like shiny object. They're off there somewhere, and the poor home inspector's finishing the job by themselves.
We certainly cannot demand someone, follow us.
You don't handcuff the buyer?
We don't handcuff them, oddly enough. We don't have, anyways. But we strongly encourage them to walk with the home inspector as on their hip as much as humanly possible so that they see everything firsthand. And the reality of it is, your home is probably the most expensive thing that you're going to buy. You really should be there to understand what's going on with that home so that you can make an educated decision of whether you purchase that home or not.
Great. Well, I want to thank Lee for coming out and spending time with us today and talking about home inspections and some of the things that get said at cocktail parties.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.